Hello everyone, I'm the Nerdy Fool and welcome back to Baldur's Gate 3. We find ourselves in Raphael's House of Hope, where we are heading into the archives to try and find our contract so that we will no longer be beholden to give him the crown of Karsus. On the way we were interacting with a projection of a person called Hope, who was asking us to help free her, so we're going to attempt to do that. She gave us some clues on how to deal with the archivist in here. Corilla, I don't think you're the archivist.
I'm not bringing anything, you little fosspot. I'm just here to watch the story unfold. Well. Look what we have here.
She, of course, knows who we are. We're trying to trick the archivist into thinking we're someone else. Impervious sphere. Around what looks to be a document of some sort. Amulet of Greater Health. Is this where we're going to find the Gauntlets of Hill Giant Strength that we need? Yes, okay. Stealing those will probably be troublesome. Fall of Netheril. Taming Hope Part 1. Orders for the Archivist. I definitely want to read a lot of the stuff here. Taming Hope Part 1.
Here we go.
Krilla's transcript of a conversation between Raphael and her sister, Hope. Oh. Hope is Krilla's sister. Did your mother sing you nursery rhymes? What? Little Miss Teffel sat on her kettle, steam blowing between her lips. Along came her oven, in need of some lovin', and soon she had scalded hips. Wow, that is a take on that nursery rhyme. That's funny. And yet you do not laugh. Come, Hope, don't look so grieved. This little realm around us, this house, you have mastery of it. And you of me. Sing me a song, Hope. I'm speaking to you. Now don't go silent. I'd hate to have to slit a child up the navel and rinse you in their insides. You're some pervert. Then sing me a song, I say, nursery sweet, but don't demean. I'll know if you do. Hope after some moments, she does. I remember our mother used to sing it to us, a gentle melody laden deliciously like plump young arms laden with autumn-ripe apples. When the song concludes, Raphael sighs and looks at my sister. You're something, my dear, really, rather something. I would have you master your own fate. Let me give you free rein to do so. Let's abandon the whole ugly imprisonment. Serve me willingly. Things would be as merry and jubilant as that song you've just given me. Sweet, Raphael? Yes, Hope? Eat shit. But stuff your maggoty tongue in some other woman's ear. Here he looks upon her with such longing and hate, I think he might actually kill her. Oh, that was an error, my dear. In grave error. I shall see you soon. So he was trying to have Hope be, I guess, free to wander around here. In the same way that it seems Korilla, to some extent, is, where she seems to have some freedom in what she does. And Hope refused. Power of the Crown. All 100 chapters of this dense book describe the coronation of Raphael as Archdevil Supreme of the Nine Hells, but the circumstances vary in each case. Some versions are written as if historical fact, others are imagined futures, but all end with Raphael wearing the crown of Karsus. One in particular catches your attention. In the end, it was the Prism Bearers who came to him seeking salvation, and he laid out a course for their survival. They would be free of the parasite, the Sword Coast would be cleansed of illithids, and Raphael would receive the crown for his part in the victory. From the moment he met them, it was inevitable. The realms would weep to see his glory. Librarian Eternal Debtor.
No interruptions, please.
Okay, so you're not like the other guy that we talked to that had cool stories. Scroll, I'll take it. Another scroll, and Downfall of the Iron Throne. The top corner is folded down on one of the final pages, and with the downfall of Sarabok, the city's Mages Council was asked to make a more memorable example of the Iron Throne, whose criminal headquarters squatted like a dire toad in the center of Baldur's Gate, looming over the disgusted citizenry its thugs had so recently preyed upon. The council hastily convened, decided upon a dramatic demonstration of the city's rejection of the Iron Throne, and 17 of their number joined their magical powers in a 48-hour ritual that concluded by levitating the Iron Throne building from its foundations, conveying it across the docks and out over the deepest channel of Grey Harbor, where it was plunged beneath the waves and fog to be seen no more. In this way, the most prominent symbol of the bloody reign of Sarevok, Anshev, was obliterated. When they mentioned that they had thrown the Iron Throne into the Grey Harbor, I was thinking it was just a throne. This sounds like it's a whole building, which is far more impressive. Fall of Netheril. First-hand account of the Fall of Netheril, written by Raphael. Even a Maragon could not have kept a smile from creeping across his face when walking through those fields of the dead. Bodies broken, the land painted crimson from horizon to horizon, Karsus brought Netheril cities tumbling from the skies, and for a brief, glorious moment, he created a spectacle of such utter horror it was worthy to be the 10th hell. I delighted in it, until I realized that the one thing I sought was not to be found among the delicious carnage, the crown. It had been stolen. What are my chances of successfully stealing this? Well, we failed a perception check, which isn't a great sign.
What a day.
Starion, any better?
See here.
Gauntlets of hill giant strength.
Ah, there's a trap that they're on. Can you please disarm that for me? Take some guidance, because I definitely don't want you to fail. Perfect. Now we can steal it as long as no one's watching. So let's pull you out of the team.
What to do?
So that way your stealth is all on your own.
Darling. Be very, very quiet.
No one is watching. You saw nothing.
Don't linger.
Perfect. Seems no one saw anything.
No one back home will ever believe this.
Avernus Vista, so we can go outside and see again, it seems.
Never wanted the easy path.
I don't like this dream anymore.
I'm sorry. Tiger Mist. Tour of the Tempest.
Hello.
This book, long as an encyclopedia, but written in untamed, barely legible style, describes the Tempest domain from which the clerics can draw their power. And look, when you are whipped with the wild winds of stricken until stick-like and burning from the god's lashing lightning tongue, are you not suffused by the power of Tempest? Aye, how Queen Umberlee and Lord Talos fight and fray over its dominion. But even they on high, know in truth Tempest can never be tamed, only channeled by the favored few. Reach up thy hands to the sky, outstretched waiting breath of gods to blast the oblivious, supplicate and ask to be drowned, or to be drawn asunder, to be destroyed, or perhaps to be granted such might to speak with the words of Talos with thine own sweet hand.
Vengeance, the most delectable of poisons.
Love me.
What else do we have around? List of debtors. An extensive list of names of the residents of Raphael's house, separated by headers, loaned, punished, put to work, fed to pets, used as leverage, or missing. There's a list of missing debtors. That is an interesting take.
Well,
Starion. So you've got the gauntlets. What do they do? Set the wearer's strength to 23. Okay, that is pretty impressive because it allows us to go over the limit of 20. Obviously, it doesn't really help him. But I could potentially give it to
lay a finger on the master's treasures, and you will lose the entire hand.
Hello? Give this to Karlak. Thank you.
Soldier.
I mean, I probably shouldn't be openly wearing them when we just stole them. What is noxious fumes? Do I care? Hostile creatures in 10 feet radius take 1 to 4 acid damage. So it's a tiny bit of splash on each of her attacks because her attacks do 2 acid damage. I think giving her a plus... It's only a +1. And change it from a +5 to a +6 on her strength. That may not actually be critical. What about Shadowheart? What gauntlets do you have? You've got the radiant damage from Radiating Orb. I definitely want to keep that on you.
Trust no one.
Do I not have anyone that I actually care?
Making me sweat.
Because a +1... I mean, it's +1 to attack and damage, technically. So if you put that on, I think you'd go from a 12 to a 13. Yeah. And that bonus to accuracy and damage is probably better than a tiny bit of splash damage. Even though a +1 just doesn't feel that impressive.
What do we
All
have
of the
here?
Faithless. At the core of the Fugue Plains barren ash-gray wasteland stands the City of Judgment, with its crystal spire jutting above the streets and the influx of souls. These are godly folk seeking the verdict of those ruling Fugue. Their faces full, hopeful or sullen, their boot heels caked in the mud of perdition. Yet for those who claimed no godly patronage in life, there is only the wall erected by Merkel, Lord of Bones, to keep those of insubstantial faith from any possible form of peace. See, gored and clawed at by the desperate, clung with fingernails, flecked with smashed skulls. How Merkel enjoys his petty torments.
Looking ahead.
House of Wonders. I'm just gonna read all the things. The High House of Wonders, Temple of Gond, the Gearsmith, and the Wonderbringer. The house is at the same time an elaborate collection of workshops, laboratories, and magico-manufactories. For what better way to worship the Lord of all Smiths than by making mechanisms in his name? Here in the Upper City, all manner of enchanted clockwork devices are forged and crafted, powered by spells, by steam, by conjured micro-modrons, even some say by hellfire. However, these Gondian creations are not wonders for the sake of wonder, but practical contrivances built to enhance the lives of Faerun's mortals, and help them work beyond the limits of their physical bodies. Take, for example, the mighty cranes that line Baldur's Gate's docks, loading and unloading ship cargo with speed and strength far beyond the capacity of ordinary stevedores. These cranes originated in the workshops of the High House of Wonder and are Gond's gift to the trade and prosperity of the city.
How much farther can I go?
Nautiloid Adventures. Is that talking about our Nautiloid adventure? Attached to this letter is a map with a detailed list of locations, all of which are familiar. Raphael, as requested, I've kept a close eye on the infected adventurers who fell from the Nautiloid and survived. Impressive. They spent a while stumbling around like lost babes, easily distracted ones at that, but finally made it to Moonrise Towers. You should have seen the mess they made there. Pure delicious chaos. They killed Ketherick. It was a hell of a show. I'm delighted I got a front row seat. And now they're in Worm's Crossing. If the last few days are anything to go by, I'm expecting more blood, death, and chaos, which means they'll be running into you any day now. If anything changes, I'll keep you posted. Corilla. Orders for the Archivist. Archivist, without delay, move some of the contracts and treasures to the main cache. We are excited about soon acquiring the Crown of Karsus, and want certain things on display, while the rest may be safely stored in the secret vault. Hello. Unless the secret vault is what we already looted, which had Mole's contract. What we want in the archive are the Amulet of Greater Health, the Gauntlet of Hill Giant Strength, with a place reserved for the crown. Artifacts in the vault should be the Staff of Spell Power and the backup gold cache. Okay. So the vault is what we already looted. I was hoping there'd be another vault to loot. I do want to try my hand at taking this amulet as well.
Someone there? On my way.
Mainly because I don't have a reason not to, and I do like stealing whenever I can.
That's curious.
Right, you don't have guidance. DC 20 shouldn't be a problem, though. Yeah. So we'll disarm the trap, and it looks like right now you can just grab it. Perfect. No more sneaking. No more sneaking, I said. Thank you. What does that amulet do? Now that we've stolen it, set the wearer's Constitution to 23. The enchantment has no effect if their Constitution score is higher without it. That is good. And that goes in, right, the amulet slot.
I'd love to, thanks.
Karlak doesn't have an amulet, so I could give her a huge boost to her Constitution.
Alright, what now?
Or I could give it to really anyone else. But I'm thinking her. So let's add her back to the party. Or Astarion back to the party, rather. Give that to Karlak.
Well, well, well.
Also, it amuses me the idea of wandering around wearing all of these items that we've stolen directly from this area.
At least things are interesting.
Although, our appearance is magicked.
Noticed. Choose your next move carefully.
What? You didn't see us steal anything. Let's talk our way out of the situation. Oh, we aren't us. Oh, that's bad. Can I go back? I assumed that you were talking to Varric. But Varric would have a much better persuasion. Who are you talking to? It shows that it's Varric when I do character select. No, it's Astarion. How is this supposed to work, this character select? Because it doesn't seem to be. I don't know. Persuasion. We're gonna fail it. I mean, we might succeed. Yeah, that's a success. Just minding my own business. It's nothing to do with me.
You may have talked your way out of this one, but there will be no repeat performance.
So... okay. So you didn't see us steal it, but you just know it's us that did the stealing. I guess. Seems unfair. What's here?
Raphael has
A
reserved
most
this
cherished client.
of his collection.
That's gotta be me.
It currently holds the contract.
The
Or hope.
ink is dry, the contract signed. The threads of fate shall now unwind.
Let's talk to Corilla first. Let's toss down a save and then talk to Corilla. Let's see...
I have something to ask.
Can't resist the faintest hint of
Yeah.
temptation, can you? I suppose that makes two of us. That little disguise Hope gave you is adorable. I can see right through it, of course. And so will Raphael. He's going to notice you nosing around his house. I hope you're ready to face a very angry devil.
Why don't you run off and tell him, Corilla? You love tattling to Daddy, don't you?
What are you doing here? I'm hoping that she's going to be okay with us if we're here attempting to free her sister. What are you doing here?
Me? This is home base. I'm not even going to ask what you're doing here. Plausible deniability. Might want to steer clear of my sister Hope, though. She's mad as a March hare. If she'd just agreed to serve Raphael, he'd probably have released her a long time ago. As things stand, she's his favorite toy. We're all mad here. But hope in hell? Why, that's the definition of insanity.
Myself and Hope have formed an alliance. We're going to get out of here. I don't trust her any more than I trust you. Raphael is something I want. Help me find it. Or Hope is your sister? Well, we know that. She's not going to help me find what I'm looking for. Do I ask her? I don't see how that would help me in any way. But it's an interesting statement to have here. Or do I go with that I'm just trying to get Hope out of here? Myself and Hope have formed an alliance. We're going to get out of here.
Excellent! A scheme of lunatics. A conspiracy of fools. I can't wait to see how it ends. With extreme violence and a hint of grotesque farce, I suspect. Watch your back now.
Raphael is something I want. Help me find it.
Unlike you, I don't have a death wish. Or an eternal torment wish. You want my advice? Enjoy whatever life remains to you. When Raphael catches you, you'll never enjoy anything again?
Okay. Yeah, that went more or less how I expected. Though I was kind of hoping that she would be more willing to help her sister out. And she was not. Alright, it's time for us to play our part and pretend to be the person he fears, whose name I've forgotten, but hopefully it'll show up when we start the dialogue.
A guest? Are you a client of the Master, or a visitor from elsewhere in the Hells? I do not believe you were invited. One moment. I shall consult the visitor's schedule.
His eyes flicker back and forth as if he is reading a book. He has the schedule memorized, or is carved into his eyelids.
That's awful.
Most irregular. The schedule is all but clear, and yet you are here.
Just want to explore the archive. Are there any highlights in the collection? I'm a client of Raphael's and had second thoughts about the terms of my deal. I'm Verilius Receptor, Zariel's High Inquisitor. Access the schedule by reading his thoughts. Have you ever met Hope? I am Verilius Receptor, Zariel's High Inquisitor. Deception is a thing I can do. Let's take some guidance. Not a problem. We'll take that 31.
1,000 apologies, O majestic magistrate of the infernal court. Your mortal guise is so vile, I found it perfectly convincing. I would prostrate myself before you and kiss your calluses, but my spine is ruptured in 1,000 places. You do know how Raphael likes to play. As always, the archive is yours to peruse. You'll find everything accounted for, and I can present documents of procurement if necessary.
I'm looking for a particular contract belonging to Varric. Gotta take a look at the Crown of Karsus. Obviously he doesn't have that yet. I might have to confiscate some of these artifacts. I guess I could have started with that, and then it wouldn't have been stealing if we had taken... Like, he wouldn't have potentially complained if we had taken the gauntlets. Any new highlights in the collection?
A fine pair of gauntlets that allow the wearer to twist the head from even the most resilient malingerer. An amulet that causes the blood to surge and the heart to swell, along with other parts. Most invigorating. And awaiting installation, we have secured a rod that gathers the weave around it in great quantities, just as surely as shit gathers flies.
That is a way to describe an incredibly powerful staff of magic. I'm looking for a particular contract belonging to Varric.
Of course, of course. It is highly prized due to the unique potential of the soul it is bound to. I don't understand the appeal of them myself, but Raphael does dote after mortals, so... As part of the special collection, that item is guarded by a master word that even I do not know.
Oh, that's a problem.
Just wait until Raphael returns, and you can discuss the matter with him. You are welcome to relax in the boudoir until then. It is where Raphael conducts his most private matters of business and pleasure. You will need this to gain access. The resident of the boudoir will wish to explore every inch of your new form, and I'm sure you will be happy to share.
So yeah, that's our contract. It's in an impervious sphere. And needs a special code word that he doesn't know. How do we get around that? There's another book we haven't read yet. The Introduction to Larethian by Palmer Junisuga reads, "It is no exaggeration to say that Corellian Lotharian is the primary figure in the pantheon of elves. It is said that his tears, mingled with those of Sahanine Moonbow, actually created elves. As in all myths, the physiological reverse oblation God gives to his people is interesting. The elven people are not formed from Corellian's hip bone, his throat, his testicles. Instead, they rise from an expression of sorrow. Some scholars frame them then as an antidote to his pain. Corellian was, at the time, experiencing loss and feelings of betrayal. More traditional thinking, and here I quote the elven sage Aethir Loquelian, places elves as sad as a species can be. This rings truer for me. Life, after all, deposits its fair share of difficulties on those burdened with living it, and elves endure a long, long time." That book sounds familiar, so I think we might have read it before. Let's see if I just click on the impervious sphere, if it gives me any options.
There it is. Your contract with Raphael. Your signature bold at the bottom. The earthy smell of fresh ink still lingers. A magical field surrounds the item, preventing you or anyone from touching it. You surmise it's controlled by a vocal component. Magic words.
Reach out to sense how far you can reach before being repelled. Is I, Raphael, lower your defenses? Probably not. Let's see how far I can reach before being repelled.
Before you can reach out, a compulsion in your head stops you. No, it seems to say.
Is I, Raphael, lower your defenses?
Nothing happens.
Yeah, not a big surprise. How can I find the keyword without getting it from Raphael? Are you sure, Archivist, that you don't know it?
You are stupendously lugubrious this day, High Inquisitor. An inspiration to us all.
Huh. Well, that puts a damper on my plans. I mean, there's the option of waiting for Raphael, but that's probably going to end up in a fight that's going to turn out extremely poorly. So we stole the gauntlets. We've got that going for us. That's one part of this done. Saving Hope. We need to retrieve the Orphic Hammer to do so. We've already done that, but she recommends we should find our diabolic contract first. We found it. But then what? How do I get it? The Archivist wouldn't tell us how to deactivate the magic field, but we might find the answer in Raphael's boudoir. Okay.
Another step forward.
Go to the boudoir and hope that the answer is there. I could buy that as possible. No, we don't want the foyer. Oh, we want back over here. Is it here? Yes. There's our Mystic Force curtain. which we can deactivate. Perfect. Although they implied there's someone here.
Wretched. Perfect. The archivist told you to cool off in the boudoir. Well, here it is.
Yeah.
A horrid place where pleasure is pain and pain is pleasure and hope cannot live at all.
Any advice before I head inside? Have you been inside? Do you think there's anything that might help inside? Any advice before I head inside?
Everything in this house exists for Raphael's pleasure and Raphael's pleasure alone. That includes Raphael himself, whatever form he takes.
Are you implying he might already actually be here? Okay, there is in fact someone here on the bed that may and probably is Raphael. That's a problem. That wasn't part of the plan.
Watch your back. Let's hope for gold.
Hello? Lockpick this for me. Perfect.
No one's stopped me yet.
More stealing, please. Angelic slumber. Bunch of various treasures. We'll take them all. We've got another chest over here.
Hardly a challenge. Shouldn't have wished to live in more interesting times.
What do we got in this chest? Scroll of Globe of Invulnerability. Okay, various foodstuffs. Restoration faucets. Not sure if there's any value in interacting with them, but they're interactable, which strikes me as odd.
That's curious.
The game just autosaved. Harlep. Level 9 Incubus. When damaged, the Incubus spends a reaction to escape to the ethereal plane. It returns to the battlefield at the start of the next turn. Opportunity attacks, dark vision. Lots of dex. AC 17. High charisma. 219 health. Hopefully we don't have to fight you.
Let's see.
Oh. Hello. Did that also restore our spells? It did. Very nice. Because I think Shadowheart was down like a 3rd level spell or something.
All's well that ends. Not
How often can we use this? If I just wanted to use it again. Infinite free heals. So if a fight starts, can I just lure him down here and just constantly heal? Or when Raphael arrives, can I do the same? Have the fight in here and just keep healing mid-battle. Do I think there's any other keywords around? Taming Hope Part 3. We have not found Part 2, and that makes me sad, because we've been basically everywhere. Well, we haven't actually been down to Hope. I guess that's
with haste.
a thing. Maybe the Taming of Hope. Someone say something? No. Oh. Just random spirits. Yeah, we haven't been down to Hope yet. Oh, this is going to turn out poorly.
See what you're hiding.
I might theoretically be able to sneak along that path. I doubt I can do anything here. Alright, let's
These boots have seen everything.
go here. I'm thinking I might have Varric split off from the rest of the party. Oh dear.
There is less of me.
No? He just spotted me because the perception range suddenly changed. If we pull you off and then sneak you along this outside edge very carefully. Don't wander in, please. Just be very careful. Failed perception, that's not amazing. Probably need to bring someone with better perception over.
Free for the taking.
I could pickpocket him? That seems like a bad idea. I mean, maybe it's a good idea if he has the code written down on him. But then can I fly? Over to here. You can't fly around the outside. That's what I was hoping for.
A lost little mouse is running through the house.
Okay, that didn't work.
A thief in the night, greedy and here to take. Why you here, little thief?
Raphael, you're looking very skimpy. I mean, it's... looks like Raphael, but the name says it's Harlep. To break my contract, it was an accident. I botched teleportation. Won't tell you, or I'm here to kill you. I don't think this is actually Raphael. Because I think Raphael is higher than level 9. And probably would have a lot more scary things on his character sheet. Though it could be like other characters we've seen, like the hag, that in her human form doesn't show up with all the scary things. Maybe. I'm here to break my contract. I'll just be honest.
Oh, I love a cheater. Why don't we play a game? You win, I give you everything you desire. But you'll enjoy yourself more if you lose.
What's the game?
It's a surprise. Off with your clothes.
Yeah, no. A game you're not going to tell me that involves me removing my clothes is probably not a game I want to play.
Tut, tut.
You will make a pretty feast.
Okay, combat starting.
Here.
Ow. You probably can get multi-attack. So, do I attempt to charm you? Might as well. Nah, he saved. It's fine. Level 5 imps, not a big deal. Can the rest of the party join combat, please?
Don't touch me.
Starring, you could sneak attack with a bow. You can sneak attack with a dagger. Why would I want to sneak attack with a bow? Why are you showing up? Like his walk is slow.
On tippy toes.
Let's get out of stealth. Okay. I guess let's get the rest of the party all out of stealth. Please. There we go.
Subtle steps.
Starring, you join combat, please. Okay, we're all in combat. However, I think this is a fun cliffhanger to hang on. Mainly because it looks like it's going to be a pretty lengthy fight. And it does seem like it'll be a fun cliffhanger to deal with this level 9 incubus who looks like Raphael, but I don't think actually is. So I'm going to save here, and next time we'll pick up with this fight. Hopefully we can get the secret word out of him that allows us to access our contract, and Raphael doesn't show up as we're in the middle of fighting here, because if Raphael joins this fight, it's going to turn out bad. Probably. Anyway, I will see you guys then. Thanks for watching. Bye.